Hello, I'm Cameron from Gale Force 9 Games. Today we are bringing you our final video in the How to Play series for our game Vault of Dragons. In previous videos, we've explored fighting, earning gold and rewards, and traversing Waterdeep itself. Now it's time to take those skills to the dungeons below, where the greatest rewards and the greatest danger are waiting for you. Once you have entered a dungeon through the Yawning Portal Tavern, you flip the secret token to see what kind of challenge you will be facing. For example, flipping this secret token reveals 2 rooms with a casualty die and a difficulty level to reach. The third room changes from dungeon to dungeon and is always visible. This final room presents the greatest challenge and the biggest possible reward. First, you need to determine your followers' attack strength. You do this in the same way as you would in normal fights, with the full rules that we covered in our earlier video. As usual, any casualty dice you roll adds to your attack strength, even though there aren't any real opponents to actually kill, unlike your fights with other players. Dungeon fights are also a bit different, because every secret you have increases your attack strength by 1. And don't forget, you can always spend rumors to add to your attack strength. Once you have worked out your attack strength, you can see which room you have reached. In the case of the Twisted Caverns, with the secret token we flipped earlier, you would need a strength of at least 6 to reach the second room, and at least 13 to complete the third and final room. Just remember, you don't need to pass the difficulty score to beat it. Just matching it is enough. So even if you have a fighting strength of exactly 13, that'll still get you through. There is one last step before you get to claim your hard-earned rewards. You need to suffer the casualties. Roll a casualty die for every pictured casualty dice. In this case, 1 for the first room. However, you also roll an additional casualty die for every secret you have. If you had 2 secrets before entering this dungeon, you would have had to roll a total of 3 dice, which has the potential to wipe out even a large group of followers, if you're unlucky. In order to claim your rewards, you need at least 1 surviving follower. Someone has to carry the loot out after all. You only get the rewards for the rooms you've reached. For example, if a player attempted the Willowwood dungeon with 2 difficulty levels of 6 and 14, and ended up with a fighting strength of 9, then they wouldn't manage to reach the third room, but they still get to claim the rewards from the first 2 rooms. In this case, a treasure card and a rumor token. The survivors return to the Yawning Portal. They don't get to claim the secret token, and it is placed at the bottom of the pile. Willowwood stays in place, and a new secret tile is placed face down on it, awaiting the next attempt. However, if the player had achieved an attack strength of 14, they would have reached all 3 rooms. In this case, they would receive all the pictured rewards: 2 rumor tokens, 2 gold, and a treasure card. They also get to keep the secret tile for themselves, and should replace it with their other secrets in clear view of the other players. Since they entirely defeated the dungeon, you need to flip it over and place it at the bottom of the dungeon stack, before placing a new face-down secret on the newly revealed dungeon. In this case, the foreboding Slither Swamp. If you have defeated all the dungeons and returned back to the dungeon level, then it is time to place the Dungeon Revisited token next to the dungeon pile. This token adds 2 to the difficulty of the third room, and adds an extra treasure card to the reward for defeating the dungeon. In this case, it changes the difficulty of the third room from 13 to 15. In the last video, we mentioned the quest tile. This is essentially a mini dungeon that can be attempted by any followers on the tile, unless it's contested. Quests don't offer secrets as a reward, and your own secrets don't add to your fighting strength. But there are still other treasures to gain. For example, if a player attempted the Kill quest, got an attack strength of 12, they would manage to complete all 3 rooms and receive the rewards: a treasure token and a D4 plus 2 amount of gold, in this case 5 gold. Since they reach the third room, they also have to roll the extra casualty die from that room for a total of 2 casualty die. Secrets don't add to the casualty dice like they do in dungeons. If the casualty dice kill all of your followers, you can't claim any rewards, just like dungeons. Once a quest is completed, flip the tile to the other side, which can then be attempted with another action token on your or another player's next turn. The final dungeon you will face in the game is the Vault of Dragons itself. This has just one room, with a difficulty level of 20. You will need a strong collection of treasure, items, and followers to overcome this final challenge and claim the treasure for yourself and win the game. And that is it for our How to Play series for Vault of Dragons. We hope this has helped you get to grips with the game, and we wish you all the best in your adventures through Waterdeep. Vault of Dragons is available now through our online store with the link in the description below. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all the latest GF9 news and updates. And we're done.